Wired 96.5.
Philly's party station.
We are, sort of live. We're on the internet. So if you're watching this, we're not live here anymore. This is recorded. But we are alive, correct?
I was correct. I was a little confused at first. I was like, wait, is this streaming from the internet right now?
Buster in Philly being joined by Jasmine V. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I don't want to screw up the pronunciation of your last name because you just went with the V, which is very simple. So is it Velagas?
No.
Damn it, I'm so white. This
Well,
sucks.
Try again.
Velagas?
Close.
Okay, where are we at?
Viegas.
So that you don't even talk about the L's.
No, the L's are silent because there's two. It took me.
Oh, is that a rule?
Yeah.
When there's two L's, they're not
it's
there?
silent. They cancel itself out. But that's I used to say Villegas when I was younger. My dad was like, "How do you not know how to
your
pronounce
name.
your last name?" And so yeah, it's Viegas. Just
Okay.
think of it without the L's.
All right. Or I'll just call you Jasmine V. You
That
know.
works too. You just call me Jazz.
That's me right there with Kendrick. Big record for you, obviously.
you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Two questions here. First part of the question is, where'd this song come from? Was this a concept that you came up with? Is this a concept that you were given, that you just executed? Where did this song idea come from?
Usually when we go into the studio, we collab with songwriters, and we'll basically talk about things that, feels right and what hasn't been said, and cool concepts that, my fans can relate to. And when That's Me Right There came about, is, it's basically talking about, when you're in a relationship, you're confident in your man. Like, he can go wherever he wants, but at the end of the day, you know that nobody's taking him from you because
That's mine right there.
Yeah, because that's
I don't
me
care
right
if you like
there.
it on Instagram, bitch. That's mine.
Exactly. Like it don't mean nothing. Nowadays does actually.
Actually, it does.
Social
yeah.
media kind of took over.
I don't be out here
on
liking
that.
girls' selfies because they'll get twisted. They think that you're going for it.
Yeah, when you double tap it, all of a sudden they're
Trying to
just
double
like,
tap it.
man, it's on me.
All right. So then the association with Kendrick coming into the record, was that something that was spawned because you guys were with the same record label, or how did that come together?
We're on the same record label, and I've seen Kendrick at the studio a few times, and I got to chill with him for a little bit. Amazing guy.
Yeah,
Super
he's
humble.
the man.
He's awesome. So when we were thinking of doing, a feature, we were thinking of people, and then Kendrick's name got brought up, and I was just like, if that could happen, that'd be amazing. Like my first single, I haven't put music out in forever. Just got signed to Interscope. My first single coming out would have Kendrick Lamar on it. Doesn't seem real. I was like, how the hell is that gonna happen?
Yeah, to see your name in print featuring Kendrick Lamar. It's not even like Kendrick featuring you. It's featuring Kendrick. So it's like your record. That's pretty dope.
Thank you.
A lot of music coming obviously from the West Coast, has been for the past couple years, and everybody's saying how the West Coast is back, and it obviously is, through the beats, the production, and through the vocals and content. So you coming from California, do you feel like, okay, cool, I'm a part of this movement, Like, do you see the whole big West Coast coming back, and do you remember when West Coast was the reigning king of hip-hop and rhythm music?
Yeah, I do think it's really cool because, coming from the Bay, and, there's a lot of people coming from the Bay now. You have G-Eazy, you have Bobby Brackett.
G-Eazy's dope. I like that kid.
G-Eazy's amazing. And you
Yeah.
have all these people coming from the Bay, and then, I don't know, it's just the whole sound is, it's changing. Every day it changes a little bit more.
Mustard helped everybody along there.
Oh, yeah, Mustard. You hear Mustard on the beat everywhere. Everywhere. But he's amazing, and he's bringing that back. I'm not too sure where Mustard's from, actually.
I think he's from out there. Have you heard anything about yourself thus far where you're like, oh, that ain't true? How'd they hear that? You read it on the internet.
Yeah, actually, I have heard some weird stuff about me, actually. And it's funny, especially being associated with Justin Bieber when I was younger on the whole tour thing. But, as long as you know what's true or not, that's all that matters. Because everybody's going to throw things at you and make up these stories because they want people to look at it and they want people to click the link. They want to get those extra views. At the end of the day, they're going to do that. But the more you shed light towards it, the more it just shows that you're guilty. If you are guilty.
Right. Because so there's a lot of speculation out there, obviously, in the past over your relationship with Bieber, and then it helped for you to just speak on it, right?
Yeah, eventually I spoke on it. At the time I didn't because it wasn't really like a big topic, because I was on tour with him. So it was like, everybody's going to assume just because people might think we're dating because I'm sitting next to you and I'm looking at you
We
like
are.
this.
Beating it up. Go ahead.
Oh, my God. But, at the end of the day, that's just how people look at it. Oh, a good-looking guy is hanging out with a girl. she must like him. They must be dating. And that's just, you just gotta let them think. Keeps them on the boat.
Mystery is good for the whole deal too, because if you get it caught up in responding to everything, like I'm sure you've read the comments on the "That's Me Right There" Vivo YouTube page, and it's just like people are so quick to just say stuff like, "Oh, this bitch thinks she's Tinashe." No, she's just making a song. Relax. Like, so do you? I mean, do you? How does that? Like, how do you feel that when you see comments come through that are negative or positive? Do you respond to any of them, up and down?
You know, I used to respond to comments, you know, a few years back, especially on like Instagram and like on Twitter. And I used to basically not to argue with them, but it's more so I had this whole mindset of like, well, I need to explain myself. I need people to know the real story. I need people to know this. Then after a while, I was like, who really cares?
Yeah, who cares?
I was like, I'm going to tell them something. They're going to get something from that. And all of a sudden, I killed someone. So it was like, I'll leave it alone.
All right. Well, enough of the drama. Let's talk about the positive things in your life. Obviously, the single Right Around Talk. What's the details on an album here?
Oh, yeah. EP will come out in the beginning of October, and then the album will be coming out in the beginning of next year.
Explain why, you know, sometimes, you know, the thing about music is that you're constantly evolving audiences, and that you're constantly, you might be the first artist that some kid actually appreciates in the music world. So they're just now learning things. So like when you say like, oh, we got the EP coming in and the LP coming in, real quick, why does it all work like that? Why are you releasing a couple songs now and then going with a full length LP down the line? Like, how does that come to life? How does that work?
Well, I am an upcoming artist, and, you know, it's my first time. I've never put out anything except for, like, a mixtape when I was 17. So my fans have been waiting a long time for me to put out any music.
And that was the Jealous joint, wasn't that on there?
Jealous, Work. Yeah, they were all on there. I had a song with Ryan Leslie called Hello. So it took me a while to put out music because, you know, I used to be signed to Sony Epic, and I couldn't really put out music then. So now that I'm with Interscope, it's more so, you know, I want to see what my fans are into. I want to give them a little something, and I want to see how that translates, because I've never put out anything official like that. So I'm so nervous to see how it's going to pan out. But
so sometimes the EP is like kind of like testing the waters a little bit. So like, okay, I know that if they're feeling these 3 tracks, but not necessarily these 3, then the rest of my LP is going to sound like this.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And what I did was I had a lot of my, I call them Jasminators. I had them come to the studio in the Bay Area where I'm from, LA, and also in New York. And I had them come and listen to a lot of my songs, and I had them pick what songs they liked. And we tallied up the score at the end of the day. We went to schools, we went everywhere, because I make music for them to want to hear. It's not for me to just make and sit in my room like, oh, that's me right there. This is so cool.
I always wonder, like, if you're an artist, like, I probably would be like, yeah, my shit's hard.
Actually, I get mad at my friend all the time. My friend Rob has a tendency of going to parties, and I'll be sitting right next to him, and then he'll get the auxiliary cord, and then all of a sudden I hear, and I'll be like, turn it off now. He'll be like, it's so dope. I'll be like, turn it off. Not when I'm here, please.
When you're shooting videos, I like the video for this record, but are you finding like a natural rhythm for yourself? Do you always know what to do, you know, with you being an up-and-coming artist in that realm? Are you sometimes like, I don't even know what to do here, but I'm just going to go with it? Or like, is everything so like strictly choreographed that you're good?
Actually, it took me a minute to figure out what I wanted to be, as in like my sound, as in like my style, as in like what I wanted to be perceived as. And when I finally feel like I got a little glimpse of what it is, I took it and I ran with it, and it seems to be working really well so far. But like I said, everything is changing. I mean, all my songs, they you know, because I'm still in the studio recording, and all my songs, they connect, but they're all a little different. So some songs on my EP have like a little Spanish vibe. We have a couple different artists. So, I mean, it's never going to be the same format for every song. But when it comes to music videos, we just kind of sit down, and I know what I like to see when I watch music videos. I know what my friends like to see.
Ass.
My anaconda don't want. I'm just kidding.
I don't know who choreographed Kendrick's part, but that's great. He's just sitting there in the car.
Chilling.
Real easy. Real cool. Talk tats. I see you got some ink all over you.
Oh,
what do you?
yeah.
How covered are you? How many you got?
I have 6. You could
how
you
old were
tell? I was 18.
Okay, all right.
So 18 up until this point. I kind of stopped a little bit because got a little in trouble for my big masterpiece on my side.
Yeah.
But I have a couple little ones. You couldn't tell.
Yeah, but I would be like, I bet you she's got some.
I bet she's got some tats.
Okay, so what's next? You're in Philadelphia right now. Do you know what city you're going to next, or is everything kind of hazy for you right now?
Well, we're going to be in New York, and I have a show in the Bronx for Macy's Hispanic Heritage Month. So I'm excited about that to be performing, and I haven't performed in New York, Bronx.
Is this your first time here in Philly?
No, I've been to Philly a couple of times.
We got some good shopping.
Oh, I know. My hair and makeup artist, Nisi, she wanted to come today so bad. She's from
My
Philly.
hair and makeup artist name is Nisi.
You're such a liar.
Slam.
So shout out to Nisi. She wanted to be here so bad because she's born and raised out here.
What's up, Nisi?
What's up, niece?
Jasmine V, thank you so much for coming by Wire 96.5. I appreciate that. Let's
Thanks
pound
for
it out
having
here.
me.
And that's me right there. You can download that right now, right?
Yes.
Our extraordinary video guy, Justin, is going to put a link right there. If you point to it, it'll pop up. All right. Thanks for coming through Wired.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks. Sorry. Thanks for watching the video you just saw. To see more like it from the Wire 96.5 peeps, click on the link below and don't forget to subscribe. Okay? Okay.